You're in tune to 100.7 Friends FM.
I remember when I first used to do mix CDs and all that, sorry, mix tapes, I used to pass them to my friends and stuff, and they couldn't believe it. Like, it was like, that's not your mixing, you're having a laugh at me. It's always been a passion. Like, I play to one person, 3 people, 5 people, like, it wouldn't bother me. And sometimes I play on my own. I remember playing with a realistic mixer. Do you remember those old Tandy realistic mixers? I used to put my headphones on, and you could press the Q button and hear the left and right mix coming out, and you could literally do a tight mix tape just from flipping sitting in the mixer, and no one else could hear you. And wanted to buy my records and spent every penny buying my records, but I could never afford a pair of Techniques. So what I did was I got a pair of old Garage decks, the 12-volt ones, and I bought these variable resistors, and I put that across the power supply, and I was able to turn the power down and up, and that gave me control over literally the speed of how fast the deck went. I built 2 of those, and I managed to practice with those 2. And then one day, it was I remember the 2 tracks. It was like it's Marshall Jefferson, and there was another record, Crush House, right? And I remember getting the 2 records put together, and then all of a sudden they started to mix, and I was like, holy shit, it's mixing. And I remember that night, I stayed up all night because I was so scared that I'd forget how to mix by the morning. So I started buying a few acid tracks, started mixing it, and I really enjoyed mixing it. I got well into it, went out to a few underground clubs, and that's where I found Trip City. That was Rat Pack's first ever do. We went up there, that was at Rosebery Avenue. See, I can't forget where that was, you know what I mean? Went down to Trip City, Rosebery Avenue, and it was just flipping brilliant, man. Went down there, used to go there every week. I actually bumped into Lenny D Ice. And Lenny D Ice, he was just this dude who used to come up to you and say, alright bro, it's just this friendly dude that you used to see every week. And just be like, alright mate, yeah, how's it going? Yeah, sweet man, what's happening? And then we used to go up to Trip City on a regular basis. We were banging to Rat Pack, Jaffa Cakes, whatever, all that they used to sing back in the day. And from there, ever since, man, I've just been into underground music. And that music evolved into kind of like hardcore, because they started mixing up with breakbeat and stuff. And you know, then it went on to kind of jungle. From there, that kind of progressed into going and playing down the dungeons.
It was a pub off the Lea Bridge Road that had a massive yard to it and an unbelievable basement. And the only way I can describe it is you went into this pub, you'd go out the back of it, go down these stairs. So all I can remember, my earliest thoughts was a very dark venue underground, and I think these tunnels went across the Lea Bridge Road.
When I played, I got really good. I was good at getting the crowd going. I could turn an empty, dead dance floor into people just raving, just through knowing what I was doing, flinging them down, doing whatever, you know, as a DJ does. From there, I thought, you know what, I know what people want on the dance floor, so I want to start making music. But, you know, I bought a Casio sampler. It was like one of those. It had 4 pads on it, and it didn't have any MIDI. There was no way of sequencing it up with anything. Yeah, bought that. Bought a little drum machine, and we used to play the drum machine onto a 4-track. First, put down the drums. Then put down the keyboards, and then the keyboards, you used to have to play it till you were blue in the face, because there was no way of sequencing. So you play a bass line over and over again for 4 minutes, right? And then you do the same, and then with the riff, then you do the same with the vocals, trigger them in one by one, and then you'd end up with these 4 tracks that were unarranged, and you used to have to sit there mixing them like a DJ while you're recording. Then take those tracks, we used to wire up a tape deck down the dungeons, play those, and then see what the crowd response was. And to my surprise, played the tracks, and I was expecting it to clear the dance floor, to be fair. like, because obviously it weren't a real tune. But to my surprise, the crowd were raving to it. Had people like LSD was making tunes, check out the bass, and he was doing his little thing. I was playing my tunes down the dungeons, and I've got to admit, there was a little bit of competition down the dungeons, you know what I mean? Because we had our own sound system down the dungeons, and like all our crew, none of us really got paid. We got paid like 20 quid to playing down the dungeons. When they were making cake, they were caking it down there. The place was getting rammed. But we just did it because we loved it, you know what I mean? We loved it, man. We didn't care. But it wasn't about the money. It was about, wow, man, I could play to 200-300 people, you know what I mean? And we had that place on rota every week. Everyone had their slot. It was professionally flipping done. Lyndon C was running things back then. He was the man. He started the dungeons. I remember them renovating, literally digging down and all that, and he was all involved in it, you know what I mean? I knew that was what was going on, because I saw, you know, obviously, I don't know the deep side of it, but I know he was the main man scene. And I gave him a demo tape, as far as I remember, and he gave me my first break. He had a DJ stand here. That's where LSD and all them boys used to play. This was like, I call that the second generation part of Dungeon. The main Dungeon arena, which was Lyndon C and Rob Atkinson days, were here. This was the area where Lyndon C, Rob Atkinson, Chalky White Arch, this was what we call the main arch. I think sometimes the sound system used to extend off all down into the tunnels. And they used to have lighting, strobes, you name it, lasers going all along here. And Lyndon C and Rob Atkinson, this was the DJ stand. I remember playing here in the early days as well. They used to sit up here and play, and it was unbelievable, man. These were in the old Cali days, they called it, man. And it was just, the music used to sound phenomenal down here. Absolutely banging. Do you know what I mean?
The whole Saturday night used to finish, I think, about 9 o'clock on Sunday morning, 9, 10 o'clock. And then off to sleep for, about 6, 7 hours. Sometimes you might even have a studio session on a Sunday. If things got really packed. And then try and survive, and then back to normal on Monday.
I just think like the amount of bass bins and speakers that did blow in here.
Yeah.
For a lot of bins.
Yeah, tons.
Tons of amps, tons of speakers.
Yeah, the sweat killed one time, innit?
But there's nothing like playing in the dungeons, man. You've got a sound system set up down here and a good crowd going on, man. It's really, it is underground. You know, underground music. You know, wherever that means, this is underground, man. You're literally under the road here. Nostalgic, man. It's just remembering the days, man. And you know, it's nice to come back and just see the history of where you know where we first started, man. Yeah. This place, it means a lot to us musically. It's a part of our heritage and our music, you know, of our musical journey, man.
Spiders are enjoying it.
You know, I don't know what, you know, without this place, I don't know how we would have evolved, because we spent a good 10 years of our life during the weekend coming to this place. This was like a place where you could come to check out your music. And meanwhile, while this was going on, the rest of the rave scene around London was happening, your Legends, all your different clubs and stuff. But this is basically more or less all I know in terms of...
because this was on our doorstep. This is like in our manor. We didn't have to drive out for this. We didn't have to drive miles and miles and that.
Yeah.
Like, some of us could just walk here.
Yeah.
You know, I came here before I could even drive, and it was in our manor.